So, I am Borb, I'm a game developer, and I have been playing a lot of Valheim, an open world survival game with Vikings, created by Iron Gate from Sweden. And the game isn't actually released yet, it's still on early access, but it has been very successful, and it is very much playable even though it is still in early access. And now we are going to learn some lessons from the first moments of Valheim. So we are going to start a new game and see what the game is teaching us as a player, and let's try to see it analytically as game designers and game developers. What kind of tricks is Valheim pulling? Because Valheim is a very addictive game. At least it has been to me. I have played many hours, and there are many ways that Valheim kind of hooks you into playing further. So let's see what kind of tricks it does by starting a new game. And for that we actually need to create a new character altogether. So before we actually start, we create a new person. As you can see, this is a very bare bones character creator. You can choose if you are male or female, that's it. You can choose your skin tone, and let's put some hair, maybe this one, and maybe some beard as well. And we can change the hair tone, it's just a slider, yo, and level of blondness. Let's go with all the way. And what's our name? Ginnar, for instance. And there's our character. It took like a few seconds to create it, because this is in many games, character creator can be some sort of long task, long and arduous task before you even get to start. It's really streamlined in Valheim, and I see it actually one of its strengths, that it's very simple, so you get to play right away. And then let's start by creating a new world, and it can be Lekturgard, and let's see if we want to create a specific seed. Q3AG3. That should be it. And okay, we are done. And now we have lecture guard, and we could actually start it as a server. It doesn't make a difference. And then let's start the game and see how it begins. And this actually takes a bit of time because it has to generate the world. So, time to take a sip. And maybe another. Actually open the chat here, and I might actually be able to see any questions if I remember to check it now and then. Okay, and we have actually some sort of exposition. We are being told some story of the world. It is related to the Nordic mythology, dealing with Midgard and Odin and so on. And we are entering the world called Valheim. And then we see two characters, some sort of strange bird, and the other character is actually us. And this is kind of a cutscene, but it's actually also already part of the game. We can move the camera here, and it's actually moving us in the game world. And let's see if I can, yeah, I can use the gamepad as well. And there we can see the world. So let's see. There's some sort of ring of stones, and we are wet. Isle warrior. And oh, I actually opened the map, but it only opened right now. So we can see the path that the crow took us through. But let's close the map for now and check how the game actually begins. We are surrounded by these important looking stones, and even more important looking stone in red, and then there's some crow, a bit smaller one this time, and it has a yellow exclamation mark, so we are of course interested in it. And it's called Hugin, so let's talk to it. And we are in the 10th world, and we are taught about the Forsaken that we must slay in order to ascend to Valhalla. So right away we get some sort of quest that we need to do. And crow is already away, but it came back. And now it says about the Vegvisir. It's the stone with this symbol. It talks about our first prey, so the quest is even more specific now. So there's a beast that we need to defeat, and that's it. The crow goes away. So Vegvisir Eikthyr, we can register the location, and now we can see that Eikthyr is right here. And this is our first lesson that Valheim teaches us. Introduce a big goal right away. So now this game isn't just a sandbox, but we actually have some sort of actual target that we want to strive towards. And pretty much everything that comes afterwards, it will in some way work towards that big goal, whether the player realizes it or not. So now immediately we have something that we want to do. And what other things we can see here is we have some sort of UI. On the left corner we have a torch, and on the bottom left corner we have some sort of symbols. There's a fork, maybe it's related to food. Then there's a red rectangle with 25. Red usually refers to health in games, so maybe it's our health, 25. And on the top right corner we have the meadows, which is map and our current location on the map. So those are the only UI elements that we know, and now we pretty much start messing with the world. And let's see what kind of things await us. Right away there's a branch that we can pick up. Whoa, and now we have new items. Oh, the UI is already gone. We had some new stuff that we can possibly do. The game told us about it. Maybe if we pick something other up, maybe something more will appear. That's true. We have new material, stone, and we got new crafting recipes. So when we collect stuff, we will get more information what we can do with the game. That's always nice. and we can pick up those stones as well and check out what else we can do. Oh, we jumped once and immediately the game tells us skill improved, jump. Just one jump was needed for that. And that is actually the second lesson that Valheim teaches us. Give progression early. Actually, lots of progression early. We can try jumping a bit more and see is there going to be... Oh, and skill improved jump 2 happened again. And there's a nice sound effect accompanying it. So game is like giving us stuff right out of the gate. And this is kind of the cocaine of game design. You give lots of the good stuff in the first seconds, and the kicker is that you start withholding it, and you don't get it as often later on. But it's not necessarily a bad thing that you get it less often later on, because for instance, when you get some new crafting recipe later, it's some sort of event, because you have the first moments of the game have taught you that, okay, this is important, you want new crafting recipes, and then it's some sort of event when you get it later. So that's kind of what the game shows us when we don't even move. But then we possibly want to start exploring. It's a huge world after all, and we want to see what is the world made of. There are some branches lying around, and we have learned that okay, we should probably pick things up. So we just keep picking things up, and that seems like a good thing to do. And we can see that there's text in some objects. We might want to hit it, and okay, there's some sort of number. There's something coming towards us. That's a railing. It has a red bar as well, so maybe it seems a bit hostile. And yeah, our 25 went to 23. So, but right off when we land a successful punch, our skill with our fists improved. And now it's already in level 2. But it's still, we need to hit it quite a lot that we can actually kill it. And we got new materials again. And I want you to pay close attention to the sound and visuals here, because that's like what Valheim does very well, in my opinion. All the basic interactions, they feel good. When we hit things, there's like nice punchy sound effects, and when we kill an enemy, it goes away in a puff of a smoke. And let's see what else we can do. Maybe we could actually use that torch that we've been given. We could see if we can destroy that as well. So there's like a lot of particle effects going on as well, even with like one simple hit. And when it finally gets destroyed, you can actually, like, all those branches, they appear to be bigger than the actual tree that we destroyed. And just picking things up, it feels good as well. Like it's kind of a twofold operation. Like, for instance, here's the stone. We press A to pick up, but that doesn't yet pick it up. It just lifts it so that now we can pick it up when we walk towards it. And now it's like shining nicely. So when we go, because it really wants to be picked up. Of course, every stone in this world, they want to be picked up. So we just walk towards it, and then it will be picked up. And if we want to, we might learn actually, if we are curious, that if we just hold the pick up button, we can just keep collecting things, because it will automatically pick it up. No, come back. And it comes nicely towards the player when it gets collected. So lots of different effects happening, and that is the third lesson that Valheim teaches us, is to choose important interactions. Valheim has lots of choose in the things that it wants the player to do. Because choosing interactions it's not just for polish, but it's also a way to tell the player that, okay, the thing that you just did, try to do it more. It's some sort of reward as well, to just make the interaction feel good. There's some sort of chest that we found, and there's actually arrows. We don't know what to do with it. Amber and feathers as well. Maybe we just leave them here, because we don't even have a bow to use the arrow with. But we can actually see that the torch is running out of some sort of energy. It has some sort of bar that is depleting quickly. Maybe we don't want to use it anymore. We can trust our fists. But basically, we might want to start just messing around more and collecting stuff and see what we can do with it. When we go to our inventory, we can actually see that it's not only an inventory for those items that we have and things that we can equip. It's also some sort of crafting menu as well. We don't need like some specific crafting table to start creating stuff in Valheim. We can just, if we want a stone axe, we just need 5 wood and 4 stone, and we happen to have those, so let's try to craft one right away. And now we have a new item, stone axe. If we didn't have enough of this wood and stone, let's show it actually as an example. Let's put this away, for instance, only those, and check it now. Now there's like, it shows with a flashing red number that okay, we don't have enough, which kind of tells us that we need to collect more. So we like collecting in this game. The game tells us in many ways that we want to collect stuff. And actually, one thing that we didn't notice yet is that there are some limits to what we can do. If we try to hit, for instance, this tree instead of this, here we get like nice 2.6, but this just is 0. But now that we created this stone axe, we could actually try to see, oh, and immediately skill improved, wood cutting, and it says 9.6. Okay, this is more like it. We can actually maybe cut it down, and we are getting levels left and right. And then it finally falls, or not. It's a physics object, so it is now just leaning towards the tree. But let's see what this crow has to say here. Take stock of your inventory. Oh, it's actually, if we didn't already do the stone axe, Hugin would have told us here that, okay, you should maybe make a stone axe out of wood and stone. So this is kind of some sort of a dynamic tutorial version. It appears now and then and tells us something new right when it's important to us. It doesn't offload us with information, but it tells it when it's actually important for the game. And we can see also that with this axe it's much easier to take care of the greylings, so they don't pester us anymore. And we could see this was something that we didn't finish. Maybe we can just now continue hitting it now that it's there. Okay, now it's almost fallen. And still, let's try if we get some wood out of it. This is some sort of a long and arduous process we are learning. Maybe we are not as good as that we can be. And we see here as well, there's a bar that we didn't see in the beginning, the yellow bar in the middle. It seems to be some sort of stamina bar because it's used up when we hit. And then it will, on its own, it will just come back. So we have basically two kind of resources that we need to manage. We have our health, that is still 20. We don't like it that it's so low, but stamina seems to be fine. But it's stamina seems to be some sort of limiter if we want to keep chopping wood. So maybe we just chop the small ones because it's much faster process at this point of the game. And let's see, we have some sort of limit how much we can hold in our inventory, so chests will be important later, but for now on it's still fine. The more important thing is that we don't know how to actually get more health. That's starting to become an issue. We can keep chopping wood as much as we want, but maybe we would want to actually get some health, so let's go explore some more and see if we can get health from something. There's also this food bar on the left that is still empty. We might have deciphered already that maybe it tells that what kind of food we are because it's a fork. And let's see, there are some raspberries right next to us, so let's pick them up. And now, do we have a Hugin saying anything? Yes, we have, because we picked up an important thing. It's well met. You have found a snack. Consume it to improve your health and stamina. Be aware that before long you will grow hungry again, so try to always have at least a couple of different meals ready. So food seems to be important in this world. Yep. Yeah, do you have anything else to say? No. We'll probably want to collect all these raspberries then that we saw lying around. Skill improved farming. Doesn't feel like farming yet, but it kind of tells us of things to come. That we have just been picking some raspberries, but maybe at some point we can actually have a real farm, as the game kind of tells about farming right away. And let's try to eat that raspberry. It has some stats. It says health 7, stamina 20. Stamina is in yellow and it's a bigger number, so maybe that's like good. And duration is 10 probably 10 minutes, and healing 1 HP per tick. So let's eat it. It says plus 7 health and plus 20 stamina. Health is still 20. We didn't get immediately, but okay, now it starts regenerating. So actually it seems like that we can't get our HP back unless we eat something. So eating seems to be a very, very important system in this game. And now we have already 23. We had 25 in the beginning. And oh, we are feeling cold. That is not good. Let's see what the Hugin is telling us now. When the temperature drops at night, or if you are wet, you will suffer from being cold. This reduces your stamina regeneration. seeking shelter by an open flame is your best option when this happens. So okay, at this point the game tells us that okay, enough messing around, you need a shelter. We can't just keep exploring because there will be night will be cold, and stamina regeneration isn't as big in during the night. So we had some sort of shelter there. Did we already lose it? So maybe we could use that instead of creating one from scratch. We don't even know how to build some sort of shelter anyway. There's the tree that we chopped down, and there is our shelter. Maybe we could use this. You are sheltered. That's what we want, but we are still cold. And maybe we should build our shelter, but before we do that, I will put the game on a pause and talk about the food system a bit more, because Valheim already taught us the fourth lesson, which is don't reuse established systems of the genre thoughtlessly. So it seems like Valheim has kind of a own way of doing HP. Because we had the 25 base health, and we get like food-based health buffs. We can see that now we are already in 27. It's not growing fast, but we did see from the raspberry that okay, it gives us 7 health. So it kind of health is tied only to food in this game. You don't get any levels or anything where you have more HP. You just have to eat more, which is kind of seems unique. I'm not a survival game aficionado or anything, so I don't know if any other games do this kind of health, but it seems to be that Valheim does this as a way to make us interact with the food system more, and if we have to interact with the food system, then we have to interact by extension with the farming and hunting and gathering systems. So I feel like that it's very intentional what Valheim is doing here by doing some sort of own way of health. And then okay, there's some grayling that we might need to deal with before we continue, because we want to make our shelter. We are sheltered, but it says that Hugin said earlier that we need some sort of warmth here. So let's see, what else can we craft? Not only the stone axe, but there's actually one important thing that we can craft, a hammer, which needs 3 wood and 2 stone. Luckily we have it, so let's create it right away. So that gives us a campfire and stone pile and cooking station and workbench and all kinds of stuff. So this seems important. So hammer is the thing that we can use to build and repair with. So and we could see that we have now this new fancy menu that we can use to build, and the campfire was the important thing that we need. It's a night already, so let's do it right away. We are getting a bit cold here. Can we just create it somewhere here? Can we... Oop. Okay, it says that we are missing the required crafting station. That's an invalid placement. Maybe we could put it outside then, somewhere here. Okay, now we have some sort of flame here. Hail warrior. Okay, now is the Hugin somewhere? Hugin, where are you? Oh, there. What does it have today? You have crafted a hammer. With this tool you can raise mighty halls and towering fortifications. Start by building a workbench. This in turn will enable you to construct other things. So it wants us to build a workbench. That seems important. Now that we have a shelter and we are not feeling cold anymore, we can possibly do that. And we are resting here. That seems important as well. We don't know what it does, but that's fine. And when we mess around here in the menu, we can find the workbench. It needs 10 wood. And let's see, we can maybe put it here. Da-da-da. New crafting station, workbench, new crafting recipe, wood arrow, new build piece, all kinds of stuff. So this seems very important. We just keep getting new stuff and we are even on fire. I hope we don't die. So we didn't. That's fine. And even more build pieces coming. This seems like a very important thing because they just keep on coming. We have like no way of reading all of that at once. There's like loads of new information coming in. And there's even a hook in, but we want to maybe see first. Okay, we can create a new wood door, wood gate. So we kind of basically unlocked the whole building system by creating that workbench. And it basically tells us that we can now craft complex items, and it gives an access to lots more building pieces with the hammer. So we check with the hammer, and there we have all kinds of stuff that we can now create. Maybe we could create some walls here, so we are actually a bit more sheltered. And even a door. This is getting fancy. And crafting improved right away. Now we have something with a door. And let's see. We are here inside. We are resting. We are feeling comfortable. And we are sheltered. It's still very dark. And we have that workbench that we can actually use. And it says that it's too exposed. Maybe we were a bit hasty with it. Let's destroy it and get the added wood. We actually see that, okay, it costed 10 wood to create, but we got it back when we destroyed it. That's fine. So we don't get punished for creating new stuff. We can just try again if it's in a wrong place or something, because there seems to be some sort of connection between many things when we start crafting them. That something needs to be close to something, and that was exposed, so that was not good. Let's try to build it maybe there. Is it better? It's too far. We don't see anything here in the darkness. Let's see, now can we use it? Now we can actually use it, and now we can see that there's wood arrows that we can create, and there's an upgrade menu as well, so we can make our tools better in the later on. And okay, we have survived the first night. The day 2 is already dawning, so maybe we can continue our exploration. And it says you could eat another bite, so because this had a duration, it was 10 minutes, so let's eat another one. And actually, if we try to eat 2, we can't eat more raspberries. So the food system also encourages us to eat a variety of foods. And now that we have more light, we might actually want to go. And it's not cold anymore, which is more important. Our stamina regenerates normally. We can continue our exploration spree. Let's see if we can see some more animals or hostile individuals here. Oh. And we can run by just pressing the run button, and then it will run until it runs out of stamina. So it's kind of a toggle. Do we have anything here that I would want to show? This is the thing with random generated games. It's sometimes you don't find the things that you want to showcase. But let's see, there is some sort of it's an old grayling. Maybe we just kill it off. And there are some sort of deer. So there are also some fauna as well. Maybe we could hunt the deer. We could try to sneak by going to crouch mode. It already improved our sneak level, giving us some more gratification instantly. We're already on level 3. And let's see if we can kill the deer. That was actually surprisingly easy. And we get all sorts of stuff. We get deer meat, deer hide. 2 new unlocks in message log. So it seems that there's some sort of log where we can get that information afterwards. So sneak has its own level, and we had this axe, and it seems that using the axe added more level to that as well. And we can actually check those levels here in the skills menu. And here we can see what we have been doing. We have been cutting a lot of wood, it seems, because we are on level 7 there. And there we can see that it goes a long way. 7 is not that much, and there's a red bar underneath that. By experimenting, we will figure out that it's some sort of experience bar that needs to be filled, and then we get a new level for it. Oh, and we can see that it's not actually paused, but graylings come into us and deliberately want to attack us. So we want to attack back, and let's see. More things that I was going to say about the skill menu is that it only shows us things that we have already encountered in the game. So it doesn't really spoil what kind of systems are available. It will only tell us about it when we encounter and use those systems. Well, it does tell some. It tells blocking and swords and bows. We haven't. They are, and clubs as well. They are in level 0 because we haven't used them. So it's kind of encouraging us to use those. But there are more skills as well that the game doesn't tell us yet about. So we don't know what we don't know. And also this keeps things fairly simple in the beginning because there's not too much information offloaded to us right away. And it seems that there's not any sort of general level that we are in. Only our skills are leveled, but like the character isn't in any level. That's also some sort of different kind of the leveling system that Valheim is doing. Instead of going with the usual route. So the progression in this game is basically tied to 3 systems. First, we have this skill system. When we interact with these systems, we will get more levels for it. That's kind of straightforward. But it's not also it's not even the most important part. The two other things are more important, which are your gear and the food that you are eating, because we are also having some sort of tunic that has durability, and it gives us 1 armor, which doesn't sound like a lot, but maybe we will get better gear later. And also we could fight with our fists, but stone axe surely is much better. So we want to create better gear, and we probably want to also eat better food. We already got deer meat, so maybe we want to actually prepare that. We had that fire near our home, so maybe we could try to prepare the meat there. And additionally to these systems, basically the other things that are tied to the progression are your own knowledge of these systems and the mechanical skill. And I feel like that combat in Valheim is quite straightforward and simple, so that knowledge is really the more important part of this. So when you understand the game better, you know how to prepare better and how to kind of avoid the situations you would have lost, so that you don't actually need that much of the mechanical skill. So that's the lesson 5 that Valheim teaches us. Gate progress by knowledge. So one important part why Valheim hooks you up is the excitement of getting new knowledge in the game. And I feel like this is why the game isn't as good if you just read all the stuff from a wiki and learn beforehand. It's way more exciting when you let the game teach you and introduce you to new stuff. I feel like that's the intended way to play the game. The joy of discovery plays a very important role in this game. And even when you discover something, you might not know what it is, but or what its implications are, but it still feels good nonetheless, because you get all those juicy interactions and stuff. Always when you get a new thing happening on screen, it feels important. And we see we can add some wood to the fire, and then let's see what we can do to actually prepare the food. There's a cooking station that we can create. If we just create it here, it needs to have a lit fire below, so that's not going to cut it. So let's destroy it and get the wood back and build it here. And now we can just cook the items. It doesn't even ask us, like, what do you want to cook? You just press the cook item and it takes something from your inventory and cooks it. It's kind of very simplistic, but keeps it like fast to interact with. Now it's just cooking. And we wait here. And now it's done. It still says cook item, but when we click it now, we got cooked deer meat. And let's see, it has a red fork instead of a yellow fork. And here we can see that health is now 35. Here health was only 7. So this gives us a lot more health than raspberries does. So we see that, okay, raspberries is some sort of stamina food, and deer meat that is cooked, it's some sort of health food. That seems important. And we can see from the menu also raspberries are running out, so maybe we want to eat more. And now we see that, okay, we have because food is so important in this game. Now we want to cook more meat, so we want to find more animals to hunt, and maybe more raspberries to find. So basically the health system, which is tied to the food system, gives us incentive to explore the world. And let's see if we can find something from the north. Because there was also another animal that I wanted to showcase. And there we have some raspberries as well. Let's collect them. Oh, there's a whole lot of raspberries. And hey, what are you? It's a boar that is wild and frightened. I was kind of expecting to find a boar before a deer, but here we have one. And it seems to attack us very deliberately. Oh, and it gives us more new materials. We can create a brag tunic, and oh, there's even a raft, and we got boar meat. So, a whole lot of important stuff that we got. This seems like an important raspberry spot. Maybe we want to add it to our map. There are some raspberries now. So, if they respawn here, we will just come and pick them up. But yeah, I'm reminded now of our big goal that we were given in the beginning, because we want to kill the first boss of the game, and it feels like because we are already having trouble with even these small ones, maybe a boss would be way too much for us right now. So we want to get better. We want to get better food before we even think about that Eikthyr that was here in the north. And so we need to get better. We want more meat, and we probably want better clothes as well, and maybe better weapons. And well, we can see when we think about these systems, because for better gear we need resources, and so we need to collect the resources, and then for instance when we start collecting resources like this wood, it needs some stamina, so we need more stamina to collect the resources, and when we encounter some sort of boars that downright attack us and we lose HP, we also need HP to get more resources. So basically this kind of systems are very much interlocked and feed off one another. That's the 6th lesson that Valheim tells us. Create interwoven systems that feed off one another. Hello. So, as I was saying, just like with the health, we don't want to just add systems from other games of the genre, because that's the kind of systems that exist in these kind of games. Instead, as a game designer, it's important to think about how these systems interplay and reinforce each other. And for instance, that boar that we just we collected some leather scraps from it. Turns out that those leather scraps are very important in the early game, and they are kind of our bottleneck for many resources that we, or many new gear or stuff that we want to create. So we need to engage with the combat system to get the leather scraps, and we need to be more effective in combat, so we need better food and etc. So it's all connected to each other with these systems. And here we see some more animals. Maybe we could get some more meat out of these. There's the boars. There are 3 boars actually, and a deer. Okay, that was not good. Okay, that's fine. We still managed to deal with the boars, and now we have lots of boar meat and some leather scraps as well. There's another boar. And now we could actually go back home, because we have gotten whole lot of stuff. We have 4 leather scraps and we have lots of meat. So because deer meat gave us lots of health, maybe boar meat gives us health as well. So, and we can see also that just like with the torch, the stone axe is running out of some sort of resource. It feels immediately obvious with the torch that okay, it's kind of it doesn't last forever, but it seems that these stone axes don't last forever as well. Maybe we could, if we try to hit something. Oh, we can't even hit a birch. It doesn't even give us a 0, it just says too hard. So that's something that we can't probably hit with a stone axe. So let's just forget it and go back home. We can collect some branches on the way, so we don't run out of those if we need them. Just here? No. Oh, there's a deer jumping across our home. Let's put something to cook, and this is starting to get a bit tedious. But here we can see that there's actually an important button here, repair an item. We can just click it. Okay, it repaired a rack tunic, so it just repairs things in random, and that seems to be nice. There's no added cost into that either, and that's actually a 7th lesson that Valheim tells us. Not everything needs to cost resources. That's also something that you can use to reinforce certain player behavior. When you give some, for instance, this building as well, when we built something, for instance, this that we want to possibly relocate, we get all the wood back, so it's fine. We can make mistakes, and the game doesn't punish you for that. So this kind of makes building in Valheim a relatively stress-free activity. You don't need to commit into your house's design early on, because you don't lose anything when you create stuff, and you can repair your gear for free as well. And you can actually, as you can see, these building blocks have their own some sort of health or whatever this is, and we can actually repair those as well with no cost. But now we just destroyed our workbench. We can do it now, but maybe if we put it here. Okay, it's still too exposed, but maybe we can still use it to... No. Yeah, now we can just repair stuff, and it costs stamina, but stamina regenerates. So it kind of tells us that when we want to repair things, we just want to eat some stamina food, and that's all it needs. So it doesn't really cost any resources. And that's the 7th lesson. Then we haven't done it yet, but at this point we might want to actually finally build a bed. And do it, for instance, here in the corner. And Hugin tells us something about it. Sleep the night away in your bed. And it tells us that we should have some chests. It's a good practice to always have some spare equipment if something unfortunate should happen to you while exploring. And we had one chest here right away, so we know we should have some of our stuff not with us, but maybe in a chest. And could you go away? Thank you. And actually, one thing that I already accidentally did was claim this bed. So this bed is now ours, and we can now sleep in it. So now instead of being out in the night, we can just sleep the night away, and it's back in the morning. But it's not near a fire, so let's actually try to move the fire closer. Maybe here is a good place for it. It's getting very dark, but maybe the fire will help us. No, we don't have enough stone. Uh-oh. Well, that sucks. Maybe we can, if we just delete this. Okay, we got our stone back, and now we can create it here. Ta-da! And now we have maybe not the most cozy of places, but we can put something here. So oh, it's already okay. We don't have enough. Let's wait for the morning now. Close the door and see if we can sleep the night away. 5 big sets and 4 little sets. That's how it has been from the beginning, and I guess that's how it's going to be. And now unused assets were unloaded. And what happens? We are resting, and we got some sort of rested buff that lasts 7 minutes, it seems, and it's the 3rd day. So bed is a good thing to have. It doesn't seem like that sleeping is mandatory, but it seems to be a good thing to do now and then. Just a moment, maybe now is a good time for water. Our character got to rest as well. Do we have any questions at this point? Okay, let's then continue. We have 2 more lessons to go, and then we are done. So let's talk about exploration a bit more, because the whole world of Valheim, it's basically, at least technically, explorable from the get-go. Oops, no, we don't want to quit the game. That's there are some other areas that we might encounter. For instance, here we can see that we are now in some sort of meadows area. It's seen here on the top right corner. But here is a black forest area that seems to be, at least based on its name, maybe it's not as chill as this first meadows area is. And that is true. The enemies are harder in the black forest, so we might not want to go there yet. But we can still do it. There's like nothing is stopping us from doing it. Only the tougher enemies there. So and this starting area, you will notice it at some point that it's actually an island. So at some point we are going to need to build that raft so we can explore the ocean and all the lands beyond. But before that we can basically exhaust this first area of its resources and then some sort of plateau is reached. We might still not be, if we haven't gone to the Black Forest, we might still not be a match for those enemies. So we need to get some better gear, and then maybe we can beat the tougher enemies in the Black Forest. And there's one important kind of gate there that Valheim has that is like mostly blocking our access to the Black Forest. That is actually there right away, and especially if we find like a third even more difficult area that's even more gated from us, because there are even tougher enemies there. So the thing that Valheim does is that it gates the progress by technology, and that's kind of the 8th lesson Valheim teaches us. And that was kind of the thing that prompted me to give this lecture in the first place, because that felt like the kind of best game designerly thing that Valheim does. Let's eat something so we don't die here. So the next thing that we are going to do, and what I'm going to talk about, it basically spoils the first area of the game, and that's the only way to explain it. So if you feel that you are interested in playing the game, then don't listen onwards, because I feel like that the joy of discovery and learning those what those technologies are is kind of the biggest thing that keeps me hooked to Valheim. And like the best thing that Valheim does is that progression by technology. So this is basically spoiling the whole first area of the game. But I need to do one thing before that, just a moment. So you have time to consider if you want to hear it or not. So, the game doesn't really tell you what the like real first big goal in the game is, but and it seems that the boss, beating the boss is important, but when we actually beat the boss, we will notice that we don't get like that much important stuff from it, at least not straight away, because the important goal in the beginning of the game is you to gain metals, namely copper and tin, and that is gated by many things in the game, and the moment you finally get those copper and tin, that's kind of when a new realm of possibilities opens up. So that's the 8th lesson of Valheim: gate progress by technology. And in the beginning, the technology is just lying around next to us. We can just collect things from the ground, and then we will gain more technology. Oh, there's just some stones. Now we can use stones and create a stone axe. But later on, those copper and tin, they are intricately gated by 3 things. First off, that boss actually needs to be beaten so that we can gain copper and tin, but it's only one part of the process. We also have to explore this Black Forest before we can gain access to copper and tin, and we need to acquire 2 things from here the first thing is that those copper and tin ore deposits, they are located in the Black Forest. We can't find them here in the first meadow area. We need to actually go to the Black Forest and find them there. And we also need to find another thing. And we can see that, okay, this Black Forest seems way more hostile. There are some grey dwarfs coming at us right away when we try to go there. So we need to be much more prepared if we want to go there. And there was actually one troll that we saw there in the distance. And it seems very huge and very intimidating, especially here in the beginning of the game. So we don't want to have any interactions with the troll just yet. Even this grey dwarf was okay. There's the troll coming. Let's see if we have to talk about the death system very soon. Hello. We want to collect those, thank you. Okay, it does 173 damage with its stones, so we might be cooked. And it just does some woodwork for us. Let's see if we can escape. Where was our home? The bed is there. We are very far from it. And actually, maybe this is a good place to show off the what happens on death, because that is also an important system in this game. So let's see what happened there. So we are back to our bed. So now we can see why building a bed was an important thing, because we will respawn in the last bed that we created. And it seems that we are quite naked. Are we not even having any? No, our inventory is empty. So this seems not good. So that's why Hugin told us earlier that we want to store something on the chest, because now our inventory, there's only some wood and stuff there. We are quite cooked. Where was Hugin? Maybe it has some sort of information to us. Well met indeed. You forget a small part of your abilities and drop your belongings at the site of the accident. If you wish you were home by now, I'd recommend building a bed, wherever home may be. So it's kind of interesting, because sleeping isn't that important in this game, but having a bed, that is very important, because that is where we will respawn when we are dead. And it actually shows neatly in the map, okay, that's where we died. We might have to go back there and get our gear back. So this death system tells us that, okay, we need to build a shelter, and it forces us to interact with the build system. But also it told that the skills, they are not as high up as they were, and all the experience bars are gone. So it kind of shows us that those skill levels, they aren't permanent. We lose some of that if we die. So there's not any kind of permanent leveling things in this game. You only get to those skills that you can level up, and even those might be gone if you die. So now the important part becomes that we want to get our gear back, and this is kind of the push and pull that the game does a lot. Like it encourages us to explore, but also we can't just go and explore aimlessly. We have to have a backup plan if we die in our exploration journey. So now we have a relatively easy death run to make because it's still in the meadows. We were backing off from the black forest, and we should be. Maybe the troll isn't there where we have our gear, but we can't probably. We shouldn't encounter any enemies here because we don't have anything to deal with them. We have only our fists. But at least we can run. We don't have even any food that we could eat, so it can be very grim. So game tells us with the death that we should always be prepared, and you have to have some sort of intentionality in your play, and you have to make plans. That this is kind of the most important thing that this death system encourages. And there seems to be our gravestone and something other here. So we can see that here the troll has been. Oh no, it's back. No. Items recovered. Now we got those back, but we are still naked because we don't have time to wear those. But now we can see that on the top right there's this corpse run that we have in for 30 more seconds. So it's some sort of temporary buff. Stamina doesn't seem to deplete as much when we have this corpse run, so we can actually go there and get our stuff back and run like hell. And the troll seems to be gone. That's kind of a leeway that the game gives us. We don't just have to go there and make very specific plans, especially in the early game when you might die as an accident and don't even know how the system works. It's kind of nice to have this corpse run mechanic, so it's easier to get your stuff back. And now we could actually wear our tunic again and have our stone axe. So, and maybe also eat something. So things are better once again, but it seems that we can't teleport home or anything. We have to walk back there, and that's how things work here. So what was I talking about before the death thing happened? I was talking about the progress gating with technology. Let's try to be quick. So how do we get copper and tin in this game? So first off, when we go to that second area, we might find those copper and tin ore deposits, but we can't do anything about them because we only have this stone axe, and if we try to use them to those deposits, they don't do anything. So they seem intriguing and important, but we don't have the means to actually utilize them. So we need something more, and for that we need to have some sort of pickaxe, and that is what we gain when we fight the boss. But we can't just fight the boss right away. Oh, I could have actually walked there to Eikthyr to demonstrate it. Oh well, we are now here. Because the Eikthyr actually, it needs some sort of sacrifice before we can fight it. And we will learn it quite quickly that it's a deer trophy that we need. That we actually have one because we have killed a deer. So in order to kill the boss, we first have to kill at least one deer, and that's how we get like one try at the boss. But of course, because it's a boss, we also need to get better gear and like try to like exhaust the previous technology and try to get as best gear as possible before we jump into the next copper and tin age. So we have to explore this first area and get much resources so we can fight the boss and then get the antler and get with that antler that we get from the boss we can craft a pickaxe, and then with the pickaxe we can go back to the Black Forest and mine those copper and tin ores. So it's kind of that one technology is kind of making us explore this area, but not only this area, it's also making us explore the Black Forest area, because we have to find those copper and tin ores there. And that won't be enough, because when we actually finally get those ores mined with the pickaxe from there, we just have that. We have copper and tin ore, but we can't do anything with it. So that's the second part that we need, or like kind of second part of that first quest is that we need to also explore the Black Forest and find some dungeons. And in those dungeons, they seem very intimidating at first. I could demonstrate them, but they might be too much for my current gear, and I might not even find those at this point, because I don't have enough. I don't remember where those are. Let's see. Oh, and we can't use that crafting station because it's. Let's try to move it here, just for because it needs to be inside. Now it's too far. Let's try like this. Okay, now it's nice, very comfortable. We could do some trousers at least, so we have a bit more gear, not only the tunic. And then let's see, let's repair everything, and we could actually craft another torch as well. No, now we could go and check the Black Forest for the one last time. And see what else we need there, so that we can exhaust and get the first technology unlocked here. So on those dungeons, there's an important item, which is some sort of red cube called circling core, and those cores are needed so that you could actually build kiln and smelter, that you can actually build something with those or convert those ores into metals that you can use to create copper gear for yourself. So it's kind of a long and arduous process, and even those circling cores, you might find 1 or 2 in a dungeon, but then you have to because you need, I guess, 10 of them to actually get into the Copper Age. So you need to find more dungeons and explore even more of the Black Forest before you can finally get into the Copper Age. And then finally, with those copper and tin, we might understand from our common knowledge that with copper and tin we can create bronze, and then we can immediately get into the Bronze Age as well. But that needs even more copper and tin, so we have to have a lot of those resources so that we can actually use them to make bronze and then even better weapons. So this is kind of the first big technology bump that happens, and then you get lots of new gear, and we have learned from the first moments of the game that okay, this new gear is important, and it makes us better in the game. Okay, hello. Here we can actually see a tin deposit, but that won't be enough because we don't yet have anything to get it with. And okay, we are going to die very soon if we just hang around here in the Black Forest. There's actually, I guess Hugin is somewhere here saying that you should not really go to the Black Forest at this point. You need better gear. Maybe you should first beat the boss before you should go there. Yeah, prove your worth by slaying Eikthyr. And we haven't even slain that, so we can get the message across from this Great Wars as well that we are not welcome here. So this is something that we need to be much more prepared for. And that was kind of eighth lesson of Valheim. This technology gating. I could actually show it from another save file where I'm a bit more prepared to and talk about the 9th lesson, the last lesson. So I could actually just now log out and go to the other area, so we can talk about the. Hey, I don't want to go to merge store. Thank you. Let's use Elginnar and go to Elgin test. It has the same seed, so I actually checked it earlier, so I had some idea what exists in the world. So random generation won't be that big of an issue. And let's see where we are now. We are back in the same world, but now this is what I already explored previously. So we have a bit more stuff here waiting for us. So here it's a bit better house. It's the same house, but I've already built it a bit further. So this is the circling core that you get from those dungeons, and if we now move them to our inventory, now it tells us, okay, you can build a smelter and charcoal kiln with those. And we have something important here. We could use those stones and then create those kilns and smelters. And these are the important things that we need to actually. And yeah, you will need coal to fuel the smelter, so we need a kiln, and we have to fill it with wood. So once again, wood is important not only for building, and we need it to add coal, and we also need 20 stone. That's not even enough that we have here. No, we don't have enough stone. Well, I can show it. It's something like this, and for that we need 25 wood, so we get actually get some coal. But I guess I had some coal here already, so now we can build the smelter instead. And for that we could use the coal. Oh, but yeah, I don't have any of those tin or copper ores, so I can't demonstrate it anyway. You don't have any processable items, yeah, but I think I have already talked enough about that technology part. So let's talk about the 9th lesson and think about making this kind of a game from an indie studio's perspective, because this originally started as a solo developer game that then it got expanded into a 5-person team, and then it got expanded into maybe 15-person team, and it's even bigger at this point. But it's still something that you don't have infinite resources for, because it's still an indie game. and you have to cut some corners when you are creating this kind of huge game with a small team. And one obvious cut corner is the UI. It's kind of ugly and not the easiest to use, and there are some stuff that seems to be leftovers from earlier versions of the game, with some default fonts or something like that. And when you have multiple UI elements, they might stack up and conceal the ones underneath and things like that. And like cooking the items and taking those off, you don't get a different text for taking a thing off from here. It still says cook item when it's ready. Those kind of little things that don't really matter in the big picture, because there are more important things for an indie team to focus on. Also, controller support, it technically exists, but it's not like, this is definitely made to be played with keyboard and mouse, but you can still technically play it with a controller, and that's what I've been doing here all the time. It's not perfect, but it works. So instead of these kind of things, immersive elements are prioritized. This UI here, it's not really like part of this world. It's not diegetic, and it isn't a big factor in immersion, so its quality isn't that important, I feel. How we interact with the world, that is much more important, and how the world feels like. All the basic interactions, the game progression, and the world design, I feel that those are top-notch in Valheim. And in this world generation, there are not that much like visible seams. It feels very real. It doesn't feel like random generated. It feels like a world that you live in. And all kind of ambient stuff is emphasized as well. Like sound effects, they are very punchy and they feel and sound good. And the soundtrack is also quite quality. It uses actual instruments instead of synthesized ones, so they have really like tried to create some like authentic feel with the sounds of the game as well. So you have to the ninth lesson is to use limited resources wisely. You have to think what you do and what you don't focus on. And that is what Valheim does very well, in my opinion. Because this is a very immersive world, and I've interacted with the game systems for hundreds of hours at this point, and I feel like that it still feels that it hooks me in when I come back to the game and start playing it again. So all the important things are working very well, and things that aren't important, like the UI, they exist there, but and they are not top notch, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter. And that's it. That's what I have to say about Valheim. Do we have any questions?